Framing the mansard roof. In this video, we're going to talk about the layout and construction of different styles of mansard roof. The history of this style of roof dates back to the middle of 17th century France, when buildings were taxed based on square footage of living space. Attics in the roof were not considered habitable, and the architects at the time decided to create the unique mansard style with the high-pitched front walls and a secondary low-sloped roof covering the structure. Windows were added in the high-pitched walls, creating functional living spaces. This style of roof grew in popularity during the Victorian era with the Second Empire style. The Victorians realized that this space would make an ideal area for servants' quarters. The mansard style is still used today, especially in homes from the late 70s and early 80s. However, trusses were used in their construction. In this video, we will show the evolution from a basic mansard, showing how the pitch is created, and then showing the different embellishments used during the Second Empire period. The primary pitch of the mansard is very steep. The one in this model has a slope of 24/12, but steeper 36/12s were also common. The steeper the primary pitch, the more usable space was obtained. However, under the knee wall, the Victorians utilized this space for closets and trunk storage. Because we're using a 24/12 slope, we can use the 6/12 pitch board we made in a previous video. That's because the slope angle is basically the same ratio, but is reversed. At this stage, the simple mansard is complete. Homes of the 70s and 80s were finished at this point. But in the Second Empire architecture, a kick or a swept bottom was more common. This provided two advantages. The first, the kick allowed the rainwater to be diverted further away from the building's foundation, and two, the space provided allowed for an elaborate lower cornice consisting of corbels and moldings. If the swept section was long, such as in our model, additional support was fastened to the knee wall and the rafter, creating a rudimentary truss to support the swept section. Once complete, the secondary rafters are installed with a much lower 3/12 slope. Some mansards even had flat roofs, but these were harder to make watertight. The other modification to the mansard during the Second Empire period was the bell-cast roof. As the name implies, the roof line has a swept S shape similar to that of a bell. Here you can see that the bell-cast dies into the top of the ceiling joist of the secondary roof just by the knee wall. The cladding over these types of roofs were either cedar shingles or slates and copper. Thanks for watching the mansard roof video.